So I'm going to be talking about more of my comic book collection today, and this time around I'm going to be talking about X-Force, which was written and drawn by Rob Liefeld. He also created the characters. And I have some of the early issues here. I don't have the complete run, but I have a nice little stack here to show off today. And Rob Liefeld, he's one of those artists I've always respected in the comic book industry. I don't think he's a terrible artist like a lot of people seem to claim. I just think he's an overall good artist, and I've never really had a problem with him as far as the way he draws. I know a lot of people tend to criticize the way he draws in anime. You know, they think that he's, not a good artist, and how he draws is not anatomically correct, over exaggerated, muscles, as an example, with the way Cable looks on this front cover here. Over exaggerated muscles and big guns, and they criticize Rob Liefeld when it comes to his inability to draw feet. At least that's what they claim. But once again, I don't mind the exaggerated look of the way he draws. As a comic book, it's not supposed to be anatomically correct and based on the way real people look, so I don't have a problem with it, and I've always liked Rob Liefeld as an artist. So this is issue number 1 of X-Force, and you got Cable on the front cover here, looking like a badass, with big muscles and big guns, which is a common complaint with Rob Liefeld, But it looks pretty cool to me. So this is issue number 1. And then we have issue number 2, which has Deadpool on the cover. Which, when it comes to Deadpool, I know a lot of people like him, especially with the, Marvel movies with Ryan Reynolds and all that stuff. I've never cared for him as a character. I just never saw the appeal, even back then when he was in these comics with X-Force and his solo series and everything. I just never found him really that appealing. But I would rather see a movie based on the early Deadpool than the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. I just never cared for those films. I've seen all 3 of them. All of the Deadpool movies I've seen, and I've never cared for any of them. I just don't care for the crass humor. It's just way over the top and ridiculous. I just don't get it. The original Deadpool comics, he was more serious and unhinged. In the movies, he's just saying a lot of stuff that's not funny to me. I don't get the humor. It's just, I don't understand the flamboyant humor. I just don't find it funny whatsoever, so. But he is in X-Force, showing up in appearances. And I do have the first appearance ever of Deadpool in the New Mutants, which I believe it was issue 98. So that was his first appearance. I have that in some trade paperback somewhere around here. So maybe one day I'll show that off in a later video. But this is issue number 2. Then we have issue number 3. You got Juggernaut on the front cover. And you can see Spidey right there too. Spider-Man shows up here. Issue number 3, then issue number 4. Some more Spider-Man. And you got Cable there. So this is issue number 4. Issue number 5. Issue number 6. Issue number 7, which is a pretty badass cover with Cable. Then we got issue number 8. Then we got issue number 9. And Domino's actually a pretty cool character. I wish they would have, like, the real Domino be in live action films, not the one we got in Deadpool. I believe it was the second film. Yeah. Where's the real Domino? I want to see the comic book version, not Hollywood version. Change things. We want things that are accurate to the comics. Issue number 10. And issue number 11. More Deadpool. And Domino. That's actually a pretty cool cover. And then it skips quite a bit here. So there's some holes in this comic collection here. This is issue number 16. Which you got some X-Men in here. Wolverine. Gambit. A few others here. And this skips even more. This is issue number 27. And then we have X-Force Annual Shatter Shot. And this is the last thing. This is an X Factor comic. I just throw this in here. But yeah, this is it, guys. I just wanted to show off a short little video for you guys. This collection I have of X-Force. And just let you know I have this in my collection. And I do have the New Mutants. I do have Cable comics, not too much of them. I don't know if I'll show that off. Who knows, maybe someday. But this is what I have. I do own like a trade paperback that has some Deadpool comics in it because it has some X-Force stuff and New Mutants, like I want to say that the first appearance of Deadpool in New Mutants, but I mainly got it for New Mutants, not because of Deadpool, but it was just dirt cheap, so that's why I got it. So maybe I'll show that off in a collection video. But yeah, this is it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this comic book collection video of X-Force, and I will talk to you later. Take care.